We affect each other, and yeah, so. I've asked God to bring me anything that brings me to Him, and that is the most scariest prayer I have ever prayed, because since then, things have been breaking, and since then, I haven't been faking. I don't like to pretend that my day is going well. I don't like to answer fine when I know it's just a lie. So when people ask, I say, I'm alive. Today, I can breathe. Today, I'm 6 feet above while someone I know is 6 feet under. But to remind myself what I can do, like a kid, I like to color. I call myself a child of God because I am who I am because of the I am. I love the swings and the playground is my scene. I ride the slide like a boss and I laugh because I can. It's one of the perks of being part of man. Laughing is one of my talents from God, and it's the one thing that gives me hope. It's the one thing that helps me cope. But just because I call myself a child of God doesn't mean that I'm immune to doubt, to yell, to pain. I can be furious, but it's something you don't want to see, and I'm serious. And being a child of God doesn't mean that He speaks to me through signs or red to green traffic lights. He doesn't whisper my name in the wind or tells me in my car that I need to slow down a bit. I call myself a child of God because I made a choice. A choice to love when I'm incapable. A choice to love when it's improbable. Because I'm finding out that God is unstoppable. I don't like where my life is right now. I don't like what's happening to me or the people around me. For the simple reason that we all affect each other. I've asked God to help me. I've asked God to help me balance my day. And when I don't, with pain I pay. The days that mess me up are the ones where I don't look up. What am I focused on? Is God really my mission? Or did I just make a transition? A transition from Him to someone else? A transition from Him to something else? Because I've had to learn over and over again that when God's at the center, things don't necessarily always come together. But personally, I feel better. I don't suffer from depression. I don't have to drink a pill or inject myself just to feel a thrill. My pillow isn't tear-stained. I don't wake up sweating from nightmares or wake up feeling like no one cares. I feel better because I'm following the steps of the one who knows me. I'm following the steps of the only one who makes me feel free. I may be bruised and broken, but when I'm on my knees, that's what I call being free. Because physically I'm tired, but mentally I'm wired. And so I write because it's the one way I fight. To fight against depression, deception, and corruption. To fight against a tear-stained pillow and a voice slowly growing mellow. Because you see, I'm afraid. I'm afraid just about every single day. I'm afraid for my family, my friends, myself. And what I've come to realize more and more is that the choices we make do affect each other. I have the ability to hurt people, and they have the ability to hurt me. I used to think that chocolate had the miracle to heal, but it's hard to heal when you no longer feel. Some used to ask why I spent my days just like a bum. It's more like that was a reflection of me going numb. And if I was really honest, I'd tell you that I'd wish for something else. I wish I could see and hear God talk as He's sitting next to me while I'm driving. And on the days where I don't want to drive, I wish He could take over. Maybe then we could sip some Jamba Juice, and I could see His face as I tell Him the truth. The truth that it's getting harder and harder to pray. To go to God and say what I have to say. Because I'm not always on my knees and I'm not always asking Him please. It's more like sigh, crying, why do I even try? I wish I loved Him more. I wish I cared more about him, that she would see this change. That I would wake up humbly throwing my burdens on the floor instead of stepping over my dirty clothes. I wish I didn't get mad at him. I wish he didn't anger me. I wish I didn't argue with him, and I wish I didn't feel as if sometimes he loved others more than me. I wish I was his princess and I acted like it. I wish I lived as though he's enough for me. That he consumed my day in such a way that he moved my focus from me to him to loving others. That I cared for the person next to me in such a way that their burdens become mine. That in this community of faith, there is community. That you can look at someone and know a piece of them. Do they have a scar? A band-aid mark? A bruise? Is it on the inside or is it on the outside? That you can look at someone and realize that they have a life. They breathe just like me. And I'm not the only one here. And I find comfort in that. But I'm human. I'm selfish and self-centered. I think about myself and sometimes only about myself. But I think the problem is, I just want to be taken care of. I want to wake up, look at my ceiling, and not feel as if my prayers just bounce off. I want to walk outside and feel at peace. To have the wind soothe me in such a way as if I feel as if God is literally hugging me. To be alive, bold, courageous, determined. But instead, sometimes I get out of bed, open my pink curtains, look out to the sky and sigh. I believe God exists, and I believe that He loves. And I believe that I'm one of the many hard-headed children that He has. He loves me even though I yell at Him. He loves me when I tell Him I'd rather die instead of open my eyes. And personally, I think God's crazy. I think He's so insane to love us and someone like me. But that's why I like Him. I'm finding out that there's things that I don't know that I don't know. And I'm finding out that my world can be bruised, broken, beaten, twisted, flipped, and turned sideways. I'm not sure I even have a bubble anymore. It's been popped too many times and I'm tired of trying to fix it. I feel vulnerable right now. And I won't say I like the feeling, but I will admit that when I'm vulnerable, I hear God a little more easier. Not by traffic lights, but through the sound of a toddler's laugh. The sight and warmth of a friend's long-awaited hug. I never thought I would care so much. But that's the problem. I do. So even though we affect each other, what are we going to do about it? We have a few options. As children of God, we can either face it, replace it, displace, misplace, or give space. But as for me, I choose to face it. But most importantly, I choose to love. I choose to love because God asked me to. I'm gonna love when it's my cue. Like a kid, I'll hold a paper heart to show people they're wrong. I'll use some chalk to draw some weights to show that I'm strong. And if they still don't believe, I'll point up and tell them I can love. I decided that I'm gonna love even if they bruise my skin. I'm gonna love even if there's hate within. love, because that's where God begins. So I'm not done. God's still working with me, encouraging me. I can't tell you exactly how, but He is. So I just decided, if a 4-year-old can tag their walls in bright blues and pinks, then I want to be a child of God and tie-dye the streets. I want to show this world that love can color us all. And since we affect each other, I choose to love. Thank you.